When we talk about future predictions, we rarely think of 18th century philosophers. However, Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, with his notion of historical progress, might have more than a trick up his sleeve. Hegel proposed that human history is a rational process, guided by dialectics, that is, a struggle between opposing ideas that leads to progress. Imagine that each conflict brings humanity one step closer to an ideal state of freedom and rationality. This idea may seem far-fetched, but what if it truly describes how our society evolves? Would Hegel have thought that his theory would become something like a crystal ball of human destiny? It's a question that deserves exploration, but the path to finding answers is not as simple as a tarot reading. Hegel believed that history advances through a repetitive process. This cycle consists of thesis, antithesis, and finally synthesis, where each idea is confronted by its opposite, and together they create something new and better. Imagine a society facing a crisis, and out of the chaos arise significant innovations. World wars, for example, served as catalysts for social, technological, and political transformations that would be unthinkable in other contexts. But does this approach help us foresee what is to come? The intrigue deepens upon realizing how closely our civilizations have followed this pattern, as if the script were written in advance. It seems understanding Hegel could be the key to deciphering destiny. However, not everyone is convinced that Hegel could predict the future. Some critics argue that his theory is too abstract and general to be applied with certainty to specific events. Numerous philosophers contend that historical progress is not as linear as Hegel proposed, and that his vision of an end of history remains theoretical. Nevertheless, others find his ideas more relevant than ever. In a world where political polarization and social tension seem to be on the rise, Hegelian dialectics could offer a valuable perspective on how to handle these turbulent times. For some, his framework is seen as a lens through which we can examine the endless cycles of change that comprise our existence. On the other hand, the Hegelian approach remains a source of fascination and mystery. As global societies face artificial intelligence, climate change, and economic crises, the idea of historical progress guided by an internal logic seems more fitting than ever. It may not be a magical crystal ball, but it certainly offers us a prism through which to question and explore the future. Each new innovation and cultural revolution arises as a distant echo of Hegelian ideas. So while some venture to decipher the future with advanced algorithms, others may find timeless wisdom in Hegel. Perhaps, just perhaps, this ancient dialectic is the map we need to navigate the uncertain path to the future. To access more content like this, subscribe to the channel and don't miss what's coming next.